Welcome to the today's session of my grammar classes. I am Ashok Sharma from Government High Secondary School, Theal, District Udhampur. Today we will be discussing infinitives, participles and gerund. Now they are collectively called non-finites, and only a few students are able to understand them. So these are very important parts of grammar, and so we will discuss each of them in detail today. Now, as we know that every sentence has two parts, subject and a predicate. For example, if we have a sentence, I go to school daily, I is the subject and go to school daily is the predicate, and in the predicate verb forms the main part. Now when we have only verb in a single clause, it is finite verb. It means there are two types of verbs. One is finite, the other is non-finite. There can be no sentence without a finite verb, and there can be a sentence without a non-finite verb, or there can be many non-finite verbs in a sentence or a clause, in a simple sentence. Now when we say I go to school daily, go is the, because we have only one verb, go, because we know that a verb has three forms, go, went, gone, and we say I go to school daily. Now we have only one verb, that means it is finite verb. Now what exactly is a finite verb? A finite verb is that which changes according to the number and person of the subject. For example, we have I want to play cricket. I is the subject, want to play cricket is the predicate, and we have two verbs here. Want, because want has three forms, want, wanted, wanted, and then we have play, play, played, played. Now but only because we have only single subject here, so there can be only single finite verb. Now which one of the two is the finite verb? That's the problem. Now I replace I with he, and we will have a sentence, he wants to play cricket, because this is in the simple present tense. He wants to play cricket, and when we again change it into a simple past tense, he always wanted to play cricket. Now which of the two verbs, want and play, is the one which is changing? Surely it is want, wants, wanted. So this is the finite verb, and this is the to play is the non-finite verb. Now non-finite verbs are of three types: infinitive, gerund, participle. Now before we discuss all of them, I will say that the first form of the verb is sometimes the finite verb, as it is want is here the finite verb. The second form of the verb, that means past form of the verb, is always the finite form of the verb. It is never non-finite, but first form of the verb is non-finite in some cases, and we will discuss it here. Now, as I told you, non-finite forms of the verbs are of three types. We have infinitive, we have gerund, we have participle. Now, infinitive is the base form of the verb. Base form means the first form of the verb. It is of two types. It is of three types. Two infinitive, bare infinitive, and split infinitive. Now, two infinitive, as the name implies, two infinitive is the form of the verb, is the non-finite of the verb, non-finite form of the verb, which takes two. For example, we have he agreed to help me. Now agreed, he agreed. Agreed is in the simple past tense and it is the finite form, whereas to help is the non-finite form, and we say to help is the to infinitive as non-finite form of the verb used here. The second type of the infinitive is bare infinitive. As the name implies, bare means without to. So I heard him cry. I heard him cry. We will never use I heard him to cry. So I heard him cry. Now I heard. Heard is the second form of the verb. That means it is in the simple past tense, and it is the finite form of the verb. And cry is used as bare infinitive, because we can't have two finite form of verbs in the same clause or same simple sentence. Now the third one is split infinitive. Split infinitive, as the name implies, the infinitive has been split into parts by some other word. For example, I request you to please help me. Now I request, it is in the simple present tense. Request is the finite form of verb. I request you to please help me, and to help is the non-finite form of verb. In other words, we can say that to help is the to infinitive used here, but it has been supplemented by the word please. So it is grammatically incorrect. Please note it. Split infinitive is always grammatically incorrect. Then we have another type of infinitive, that is have plus V3. We call it perfect infinitive. For example, he will have eaten the food. She will have won the first prize. So it is have plus V3 is also known as the perfect infinitive. Now there are some words which always take to infinitive after them. Some of these verbs are agree, decide, want, expect, refuse. For example, I have written here, he agreed to help me. He refused to help me. So these verbs are always followed by the to infinitive. Then we have some verbs which are always followed by the bare infinitive. For example, we have verbs here, verbs of sense. Hear, smell, make, touch. For example, we have I heard him cry. He made me laugh. I saw him go there. We never use I saw him to go there. I saw him going there. Saw is the finite form of verb here, and go is the bare infinitive. The next non-finite is the gerund. It is the ing form, and it is also known as verbal noun. It is always functions as a noun. For example, we have two sentences. We have reading is a good hobby. Reading is a good hobby. And we have another sentence. He is reading a book. Now reading has been used here as noun. Reading is a good hobby. Is the finite form of verb, and reading has been used here as a noun. So it is used here as gerund. We say reading is used here as gerund. Then he is reading a book. It is reading is functioning as a verb, and we say that reading is used as a participle. As we discussed earlier, we have two types of forms: finite forms and non-finite. And in the non-finite, we have 2 plus V1, that is infinitive, and ing form. And in the ing form, we have gerund and participle. Now both are in the ing form, present participle. Because participles are of two types, present and past. Past participle is the third form of the verb, and present participle is the ing form of the verb. So Both are in the ing form, the gerund and the present participle. But gerund is always a noun. It is also called verbal noun, and the present participle is either a verb or an adjective. Whereas the past participle is always an adjective. I am a tired man. He is a frustrated man. So tired and frustrated are used here as adjectives. So participle is of two types: present participle ing form and past participle. The third form, or the ed form as we usually call, and gerund is the ing form that functions as a noun. For example, I like reading books, and prepositions are always followed by a gerund. He was accused of murdering his brother. I am fond of eating the mangoes. He is fond of swimming. So swimming is the gerund. Now, as I told you that the present participle and gerund both have the ing forms, and ing form is the ing used with the base form of the verb. That means with the first form of the verb. We will study some differences between the two to clear the concept. We have he is sweeping the room. Here sweeping is used as present participle. Is the main form, and it is in the present continuous tense. He left without sweeping the room. Now here sweeping is used as a noun, and as it is the ing form of the verb, it is called gerund. Then we have differences between infinitive and gerund. As I told you earlier, that there are some words which are always followed by gerund. There are some words which are always by the infinitive, and there are certain words which, when followed by the infinitive and by the gerund, has some change in their meanings. He stopped to talk to me. To talk is the infinitive. It means he was going his way and he stopped there and talked to me. He stopped there to talk to me, and he talked to me. Now this is gerund, and stop is the main form of the verb. It is the finite form of the verb. The next one is he has stopped talking to me. Now here talking is the gerund, and this sentence means that he talks to me no more. He has stopped the process of talking to me. He doesn't talk to me anymore. So this is the gerund. Though we see that both have the main verb stopped, but there is a lot of change in meaning. Then we have he used to walk long distances when he was a child. Now to walk is an infinitive. He used to walk long distances. It means he had the habit of walking long distances in his childhood. He used to walk along. The next one is he is used to walking long distances. He is used to. Here walking is a gerund, and he is used to means he is addicted to. He has the habit of walking long distances. He is used to. That means he can walk long distances. So there is a lot of difference between the two. So I will once again tell you about these infinitives for participles and gerunds. Now first we have verb. It is divided into two parts: finite and non-finite. Finite form of verb changes with the number and person of the subject, and non-finite doesn't undergo any change. The second form of the verb is always finite, whereas the first form of verb is sometimes finite and sometimes non-finite. For example, it is finite here. I request you to please help me. What it is? Non-finite here. To talk. Then we have non-finites. There are three types: infinitive, gerund, and participle. Infinitive is of three types: to infinitive, bare infinitive, and split infinitive. That means the first form of the verb, and There is also a fourth form of infinitive. We have plus V3, that is called perfect infinitive. Then we have participle, it is of two types. The ing form, which is called present participle, and the ed form of, or the third form of the verb, which is called the past participle form. So the next one is the ing form is gerund, which always functions as a noun, and it is called verbal noun. And then there are some differences in meanings. When the same verb is followed by an infinitive, and the same word follows by a gerund. And here I illustrated the difference between the present participle and gerund, because both have the ing form with them, but the present participle functions as a verb or an adjective, whereas the gerund always functions as a noun. So these are known as the non-finite forms of verb. Thank you.